a bit later. So that's that little piece. Today's project is a two-piece attempt. We're going to use this piece of cherry to make something with. So it's roughly 6 inches, 6 and a bit, 6 and, well, let's do it metric just for a change. It's 170 mil by 170 mil. And it is, oh, just
Brian,
slightly over 50 mil. What?
have you pressed the live button? Yes, you have.
Have I pressed the live button?
Yeah. No, it's okay. It's just that on my YouTube it says waiting for you for 3 minutes.
Oh, does it now?
No, it's all right.
No, it's fine. Oh, you had me already there for a second, Joe. You're
Sorry,
worried
You didn't do
about
it the other day, did you?
Anyway,
You forgot
right.
the other day.
We're good to go. So that's the first piece, and we'll be turning a little shape out of that. So you'll see as it develops. And then there's a second piece, which is just a piece of magnolia, which we're going to make something out of as well. So I want to get this mounted, and I'm going to mount it onto. No, I'm going to do this first. We'll mount this first. We'll turn this piece first. So the first thing to do is get that to round. So I get it mounted. Joe will tell you who's in the chat.
I will after that.
Or
Yeah,
tell me who's in the chat, should I say?
I'll tell you.
I'll
Tell you.
tell you.
Sorry to confuse matters at the beginning. So,
It's not
welcome
like
everybody, and good afternoon. So, in the chat we have Michelle Oosby. We've got Dar60. We've got Gerard the French Turner, Gary Glass, Chris Dodds, the Klondike Craftsman. Hi, Lewis. Richard Phelan. Jacked Up Leatherworks. Now, I can't remember the name of this gentleman.
Jacob.
Is it Jacob?
Yep.
Makes sense.
Which I think it is. So I'm just going to stick my face shield on for a minute, just to get this rounded off, as you do.
Yeah. So we've got Todd at Glen Cove Woodworks, Malcolm Douglas, Eric Winkler.
So it's in spindle orientation, so we'll crank the speed away up.
Terry Bartlett, Doug Miller at Woodstone Mount.
Hi, Doug.
Vincent Charlton, the Walesby Wood Turner. That's a mouthful. Copperall Wood Turning. Hi, Robert. Podge Woodworks. Robert. We got JP Woodwork in. Hi, Jamie.
Hi, Jamie.
Lloyd and the Greasby Turner. Ward Wilson. Keeping on going down. Robert Broadwood. Wesley Hannah. Ward is saying that he's on the mobile and cannot respond to chat.
Oh.
That's all right, you won't talk too much, then.
And I think I've got to the bottom unless I've missed anyone out. And if I have,
Good.
I do apologise. Just let me know and then I can say hello to you individually.
So I just want to make this the round first. Just kind of getting there now. And then we're going to put a 10 on either end. That's better now.
JP says there's 14 opportunities for people to hit the thumbs up before Joe hits you. I agree.
Right. I'm going to lose the face shield now and put on my safety goggles.
It hurts, I can tell you.
I'm not that kind of person.
And I want to put a 10 on either end of this, so I get to use another tool today, which is good. Second tool of the day. Just put a little 48mm tenon on there. Get to use the third tool of the day. Better set this to 48mm.
Terry, is Terry in a can?
Hello,
Sounds
Jennifer.
weird.
Jennifer's
Hi,
Crafty Creations.
Jennifer.
I'll sound in the can because I'm in a huge, great room.
He's in a giant.
Jacked Up Leatherworks has just give you a $10 tip. So I'm point on him.
Oh, thank you very much, sir. Appreciate that.
You're right,
So
Jennifer.
We've got to split it between three of us now. Afternoon, Barry. Barry's we're turning about Barry's in.
Afternoon, Barry. Robert Hodgepodge says, well, every room is huge compared to Terry.
Well, that means this one is ginormous, Robert.
Ginormous.
It's my sister-in-law's dining room, which is probably almost as big as my house. That's without the rest of it. It's not a bad place at all. It's big. So it sounds a bit hollow.
That doesn't feel like it's very square, that end.
Okay.
We'll just make sure we get those tenons correct. That's important when you're holding the piece.
If you don't want it to come off.
Well, not often anyway. It's much better only coming off the once when you're finished. So that's that. Let's get that into a chuck. Unlock that. And for today's episode, we shall be using our rubber sorbet pastry chuck.
Good old Robert Sorbet.
Yeah.
Do you find that band useful, Brian?
This bit here?
Just to remind
Yeah,
you.
well, it's there to stop you chopping your fingers, basically. That's what it's there for.
Have you used
So when
it
the well, yeah, well, it does, but it's only when the jaws are fairly well open. If you open the jaws a little bit, that's the jaws kind of fully open to the rim here. But if you open them just a little bit more, you can see how that kind of the band pulls out there. So if
Okay.
you're kind of coming in here and it just pushes your knuckle off it.
Just saves you getting a crack.
Just saves you getting a whack with that, just that jaw being that little bit too far extended. But really, you shouldn't be turning with your jaws that open anyway. And it's a nice sales gimmick, isn't it, to be truthful?
Looks cool.
It's their colours, isn't it?
Yep. Sorbet, I don't know what you call that.
I'm going to say sorbet red.
Yeah, well, the smocks are kind of red, burgundy sort of. Same as the handle.
Yeah.
Give that a good screw up there, that's fine. Now,
JP
first
says,
thing I want to
I
do,
always thought it was a free wristband.
well,
Full cameras in on the port.
Afternoon, Paul.
they actually send you two.
Oh, they send you two, one for your wrist, one
Comes
for
in
your
the chuck, so you could put one on your wrist if you wanted. But I'm not that fond. Don't like jewelry anyway, so I don't wear jewelry at all. No, I don't even wear a wedding ring. I think it's bad policy to wear jewelry of any description when you've got something that's spinning at 2,000 or 3,000 revs. It's just a bit mad, to be honest.
I've seen too many fingers fly off. Wedding rings getting caught.
I did see a teacher once suspended off the wall bars in the school by his wedding ring. He got it caught on on a little bolt, and he was suspended there, and he couldn't get his feet back in. We had to rescue him. He almost lost his finger.
I bet because his whole weight would have been resting on
dangerous.
that finger.
Now, what I want to do is I want to put a 4.5mm drill bit through this piece of wood. And the reason for that will become plain shortly. So I'm just going to drill it right through the bottom of my tenon and into the piece somewhat. Doesn't have to go that far in. Turn the speed down to about 500-ish. I just drill that in there, so we'll not worry about how far it goes in because it doesn't really matter.
Chris made the Woodart, does he?
Just take it to the depth of the thread. That'll do.
JP says I wear 2 help for hero bands. I have done since 2017, just before I met Joe and Glyn at UKIS.
I
That's
yeah,
that long ago.
I have the help for hero band as well.
Mm.
Help for heroes band. So that's that end done. I'm going to turn that around now. And
Sorry, how far in did you go?
okay. Just to the depth of the thread. So I took the depth of the thread in. It's in about that far.
Okay.
So I just need a little hole in the bottom. I just need a couple of, because I need a hole in the bottom of the thing. So I'm going to turn this around now. Put it in there.
Hodgepodge says, why don't you get a tattooed wedding ring, Brian? Or are you worried that that will stop all the ladies hitting on you?
Yeah.
You
It's a
do.
long time since a lady hit on me. I have to tell you. In fact, can I remember an occasion ever? I'm not
Yes,
sure
just going to say that. I don't know
Norman
Greenwell.
Greenwell's joined us. Good afternoon.
Hi Norman, welcome along, buddy. Right, so we're going to make a little egg shape out of this, or a teardrop shape. Let's use this. And the reason I want to use that is I just need it in the centre, and I've got quite a big hole there, so that can just sit on there now. It's good.
Paul Kavanagh said, why would a tattooed wedding ring stop Michelle hitting him?
Well, there's truth in that, Paul. There's truth in that.
And then Robert
10
has
mil bow
said,
gauge.
I bet Michelle hit you many times.
Never. Never been known to happen. So I'm just using a little 10 mil bow gauge here, just to take this corner away.
I was thinking about
And
maybe changing the camera, Brian, actually.
Oh, what do you want? Go to the overhead? You want that?
Yeah, that's better. Looks like a bullet.
All you mathematicians out there want to tell me what 2/3 of 7.5 inches is.
Brent Becross has joined us.
2.5.
Brent.
5. Should be. Hi, Brent.
I think we'll have a bit more speed on that.
Yeah, whack a speed up. It's only a small piece, isn't it? Laurie Shubiria is in. Sorry.
Beat me
Sorry,
to it.
Joe.
No, it's all right. Hi, Laurie.
Hello, Laurie.
Now, right there's from that. Coming up to Easter, aren't we?
Coming out of Easter.
We certainly are.
Just get rid of some of that. So it's not in the way. Needs to be a bit more rounded in the bottom. And sort that out in a minute. So I want something like a teardrop shape.
Okay.
It's not looking far off.
So I might big though. I think I'm going to try a 3/8 bowl gouge on that just for the fun of it. Whoops.
And finish a nice planing cut with a skew.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
No? Amy D'Angelis is in. Good
Hello,
afternoon,
Amy.
Amy.
I just changed to the 3/8 because it's a little heavier tool and it's easier to control.
Is it a favourite tool?
I think my bowl gouge is 3/8 is my favourite gouge.
Mm. I'm sure
It's a
Just
bit
need that to
shorter.
be a little bit narrower than that. That's a bit big, I think. So we'll take another cut off of there.
I like bulbous shapes.
Mhm.
I was going to say balls then, but that'd be taken the wrong way.
Yeah. Benjamin's in it, Ben.
Hi, Ben.
That's better now, I
Those
think.
ribbons.
That's just a little shear scrape just to take that little hump out of it.
Brian's on tonight, I think, Ben. You on tonight, Brian?
I'm on tonight, yep.
Yeah, Brian's on tonight, Ben. She's covering for me today because I'm away. Way on a holiday.
Covering for Terry because he's away as usual.
Yeah.
It's the
Well, I
start
did
of
take
it.
my computer with me so I could hear one. To make sure he did it.
Yeah, just to make sure, yeah.
Paul Finley's in.
Finley.
Returning's in home. Come on, Joe, you got to be quicker.
Good afternoon,
Promise
Paul.
me you'll buck up.
What do you mean, promise me I'll book up?
Holiday, Paul.
Just
Holiday.
lose the tailstock now. Take this little bit away.
I like the shape of that.
Just little light cuts. Get rid of the hole that was made there by the tailstock. And then just bring that to a point.
Todd says looks like an air balloon.
Wow.
It's just like that. That'll be fine. Sanding.
Mark S. has joined us. Good
Hi, Mark.
afternoon, Mark. There you go.
No, Mark.
I've booked up.
Extractor on. It is indeed. Now I'm just going to do this up to 400 because for later this evening we may be into a bit of texturing.
So this is a two-parter. Or if it
Well,
takes
depends
too
how
long,
quick
it's a one-parter. Just go all the way through from now to tonight.
It just depends how long it takes. This shouldn't take that long, to be honest. I just want to make sure I've got a nice smooth curve all the way to the end there. That's not good enough for me. I'm going to have to take the gouge back to that.
Ah, Marcus. I'm presuming it's Mark Stroughton.
Hi, Mark Strawn, yeah. Did you not know that?
No, I didn't know it had been changed to Mark S. It's just that Jennifer said afternoon, babe, so I kind of thought.
That kind of gives it away a bit, doesn't it? Yeah, that's
It
better.
does a
That's
little
much
bit,
nicer now.
Yeah,
That's much nicer now.
it's not quite as elongated, is it?
It'll
I
do.
think it is.
It'll do. Will it just do, Terry?
It'll do fine. Don't we get when you part it off, there is a hole at the end of it.
There is, yep. I know.
You know. I think you got 10 mil to go, and then you only got 3 or 4.
Yeah, there's a 5 mil hole up, 4.5 mil
Mm.
hole up through the middle, so we'll just have to remember that. Let me just stop that and have a look. Whoops. It's good.
Yeah, Brent, everybody's saying I'm in a tunnel. I'm not. I'm in a very large dining room. My sister-in-law has a very large dining room. In fact, every room in the house is large. So it sounds a bit echoey.
Sounds a bit like it.
No, just have to live with it.
It's not.
And I'm sitting at the end of the dining table, which is 14 feet long. So.
Wow.
Yes, Todd. Hello, will the Yorkshire get? Glennis is in, people.
Afternoon, Glenn.
Rex B's
He's
joined
in.
us.
Got there.
Hi, Rex.
No, 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 no,
Nah, Joe.
So I just want to try and finish off the bottom of this a bit more before I do the whole Yorkshire grip thing. So I'll just get a little spindle gauge.
Is this being coloured at all, Brian, or no?
Oh yeah, I better not Yorkshire grip because I'm going to colour it.
Mm.
Ah, what?
Well, you know, he grits it and then puts sand sealer on it, and then he thinks, oh, I forgot, I've got to colour that.
Malcolm Douglas is going to have to go. He's got the dog going to the groomers.
Okay, Malcolm.
Bye,
Thanks
Malcolm.
for calling in anyway.
Thanks for coming in, mate. Thanks for giving us
Yeah,
a view.
thumbs up on the way out.
Appreciate that. Yeah, that's about as far as I can get round.
Yeah.
I
So we'll
love
just
that
have
shit.
to sand that. So do I.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Beautiful.
I'll just have to sand that bit at the bottom by hand.
Take it on.
No, it shouldn't take a minute.
You've got 52 people watching you.
Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate that. 52 people in our lunchtime. That's pretty good.
JP saying that looks like
Go on.
that looks like one of Huey's tears when Terry tells him he's restocked his Toblerone.
Well, you're down in the vicinity to do that, aren't you?
I am.
Oh, are you close? Are you close to Huey? Are you?
No, I'm close to the place I used to get all my
the
chocolate from.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. At about a tenth of the price.
Yeah, go on. Get a stash.
So I might take a round trip there and get a big cardboard box.
No, it's
not
not
why I'm being
fair.
quite so fussy here, but oops, dropped it.
Ben says it looks like one of those things in that shop window my mum always told me not to look at.
Yeah. That'd be the Ann Summers shop, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
It does look a bit like that, but that's not what it is.
There's always one.
There is indeed.
There's probably quite a few thinking about it. Didn't want to say it.
I didn't even consider it.
No, neither did I.
Neither did I.
Still didn't even know what I was talking about, to be honest.
I can still use Yorkshire grit in this, even if I do want to colour it,
You can.
and because I can take it back up again. And I'm going to
You're not
colour
going
it
to
with.
sand and sealer, are you?
Eh?
You're going to sand and sealer?
You don't have to put sanding sealer on to use Yorkshire grit, but it helps. But you just need to
Well,
use twice the amount of Yorkshire grit.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
also the beeswax will soak in. It'll all soak into the wood.
It'll be fine, Terry. Trust me. Trust me.
I'm just trying to save Joe from singing as well.
I know
Save the
you are.
chat
What do you
from
mean
ear
save
burgers.
me?
Save the chat from ears hurting and things. Peter Kelly's in.
Hands that feel pity can be soft as your face, with light brown Yorkshire gritty.
No warning. Ben said he meant the
Peter
cake
Kelly.
shop.
Oh, a cake
Okay.
shop. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you don't know, no idea
Sweet.
what we're thinking.
So you did, man. I have no idea what I was thinking either.
Peter Kelly's not supposed to be here. He says he's at work, listening and peeping.
Who's supposed to be at
Peter
work?
Kelly. Supposed to be at work. He's actually
So,
here. We
hi,
got
Well,
Peter.
Welcome along. Gary Glass is doing the same, he says.
Yeah.
You boys will all be getting sacked. Don't be blaming me. I don't want brought into that.
No. Jennifer says, voice of an angel. Aw, thanks, Jennifer.
What's she after?
Hello, Jennifer. I see your
Yeah.
hearing hasn't improved, Danny.
No.
Oh dear.
You're in trouble.
Yeah, Joe's song's still echoing around this house.
So because this is quite a
Okay.
small piece, I'm cranking the speed up a little bit.
Brent's
to
got
get-
the right idea.
Just to get it moving a little bit.
Brent's got the right idea, Brian. I think you'd echo that thought. Says we like people that work to keep our pensions coming in.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Can't fault anybody for working.
Roy's the boys in. All right.
Is that right?
Hi, Roy. Welcome, buddy.
And the Yorkshire Gate says, Jennifer, would you like to borrow my hearing aids? Of course, yes. Glenn can hear everything now.
Yeah, it must be shattering. for
Rod's
his
always very
eardrums.
nice to you, isn't he, Joe?
No.
Must be shattering for his eardrums. He's singing with the hearing aids in.
You
I
need
am
to watch
echoey,
yourself,
Roy.
you.
I'm in a big
Yeah.
room.
So now I'm just going to wipe that down with some methylated spirits.
Yeah, Roy. Terry sounds echoey because he's in a rather large room. So,
He's actually in a jail cell, guys. Don't listen. He's been locked up. They finally caught him.
I wish. It gives him peace then.
You only think that, Terry. You wouldn't have Ruth bring you a cup of tea every now and again, would you?
I'll get the jailers to do that.
There we go.
Just order it.
Cool.
Bring me tea.
Now, just need to part that off, so I'll use another tool.
Using some tools there, Brian. You could have done all that
I'm
with
using
one
all
tool.
1, 2, 3, 4. That's fifth tool today.
You could have done all that with one tool, Brian.
Could have,
And then
Terry.
you negate the excuse of having to buy more.
what? Grandpa Jim would turn us in.
Gin.
All right, Jim.
I could have, Terry, but I didn't want to.
No. 5 mil, mind. Well,
5 mil
less
is
than
right.
that. That's really thin. That's quite heavy, that lump.
That's all right, Terry.
Yeah, for the fly off. And your pigeon making a lot of noise there, Joe.
Yeah, you leave my pigeon alone. My little
You
parrot.
leave my
She's
pigeon out of
darling.
this. She's a parrot. That's all I can say.
She's happy. That's why she's whistling.
Jammy's just said Joe could be the 5th member of ABBA. a person that just dances, though.
Yeah. Cheers, Ben.
I just need to finish off that little bottom bit, but I'll do that later, guys. I'll just get that finished off so it's nicely sanded. And I will be re-sanding the outside anyway, just to scuff it up a little bit. So that's the first part of that done.
Lovely.
And the reason for the hole will
It's
become
fine,
obvious
isn't
later.
it?
Now,
And Gary Glass
next.
says, Terry, wash your mouth out. No one can ever have too many tools.
Wash your mouth.
That's true.
Hush your mouth, boy. Hush your mouth.
Thank God
Go
my
rest.
missus didn't hear that, he said.
Mhm.
Now, there's only one problem here, guys. There's too many shavings now.
Yeah, hoover up. My wife doesn't mind how
All on
many
the
tools
floor.
I buy, Gary. She buys most of them anyway. If I just say, if you can get me a tool, she'll buy it. We don't keep secrets. She knows exactly what it's for. So when I die, she can sell it for reasonably proper prices that it's worth, not $12.99.
You're right. She can. Now, next part of the job is to mount this on a woodworm screw. We'll mount this piece on a woodworm screw.
Jacked up
There's
leather, it's got to run.
said
See you later,
woodworm
mate.
screw. See you,
Thanks for
Jacob.
coming
Thank
in.
you very much, mate.
Bye, Jacob.
Appreciate it. So the important thing about the woodworm screw is when you get it in the jaws and it's kind of locked in there, before you screw it up tight, pull it forward and then lock it up.
The reason for that, Brian, is
The reason for that is if you put your piece of wood on and it's sitting back in the chuck, it could come loose. It could force itself out a little bit and then it might start to wobble.
Just in case people needed to
So
know.
that's the safest way is to pull it forward. Little drill. I'll just do this by hand. So this is an 8mm drill. On the correct camera you are.
Yeah.
And I just put it in the middle there. Give it a little start. And I've got it marked tape. I've got a piece of tape on there just to see the size I need. And that's just slightly more than the threads that I'm using today. I'm not using the full depth of the woodworm screw. I'm going to use these little spacers on there. And then screw that on. Just get it started. And then screw it on up tight.
And Jamie says he was turning some wet beach yesterday in spindle orientation. And he couldn't believe, he said, I could, but it should say couldn't. I think he couldn't believe the difference in cutting left to right versus right to left. One was beautiful shavings, the other was pure dust. Yeah, that can happen. Yeah, sometimes.
Can. So now all I want to do is bring this. I was debating whether to bring this to round or not.
Oh, I don't know whether you could do it as a square, my love. Well, you know, your choice, of
I
course.
could probably do it as a square.
Maybe it might be really
Push
nice as a
tail
square.
stock out a little bit. I don't know. I think the round suits it better.
Okay. I'll tell you what, do it as a square. And then
I can always
think
make
about
it
it, and then you can always make it round. You can't make
You're
a square once you made it round, can you? So
Yeah, you're absolutely 100% right, Terry.
maybe.
As always, Terry, you're right.
That's just my thought, but you know, you might want it round. So
That's
your-
totally
that's
gone
your
on
hum-
the top of my head. But
that's your-
still,
Humble opinion, Terry.
it's your piece of wood, and you do what you like,
I know, Terry.
providing it's square.
Right, so we'll try and take a little bit off of this. I think everything should be good there.
Being careful with the guillotine, of course, as it comes round.
So you'll have noticed, if you the observant among you will have noticed that there's a bit of bark on that. So I'm going to just cut that bark off and make a tenon. Oh, that's a nice piece of wood.
Okay, lovely.
have a look at that. See where we are. That's cutting really nice, that. Oh, the bark's still there, Terry. Oh no.
Yeah, but don't forget you're going to chamfer it over, aren't you?
I'm going to take a little. What I'm going to do is put a little bit of shape in here, guys. Put that over there in case I lose it.
Do you know what I mean?
Where's my pencil?
So that might lose the bark, mightn't
So
it?
that's going to be where the bottom of the tenon is. That'll nearly be the foot. So I need to lose a little bit more, but I want to bring that out overhead.
Mm-hmm.
I want to bring it sort of come out from there and just have a little curve in there.
That might take the bark out rather than
Well,
take it too thin.
If I take it from there,
Yeah.
and then bring it into the middle, we'll see how
Same
that
to
goes.
the other side.
I'll see how it goes. So we'll set the angle on the tool rest that we want to run at, I think. So that's roughly in the middle there. So if I just lock that up and then run the tool in from there, nice sharp 3/8 bowl gouge, which was freshly sharpened this morning. There is where it has to go, so we can work back to that. Just leave that on the overhead for a second.
Ben Chammy says, "What on earth are you wearing, Brian? Looks like one of Steve's cupboard doors."
And David J. Heath has joined us. Good afternoon, David.
Okay.
I might have went a whole lot quicker than I thought we were going.
Imagine.
Just a tiny little bit more, and get in a little bit more, make that less steep. Or take another bit out of it, actually. I'll take another bit out of it, I think. Just a little bit. And bring that in and make a foot.
Artist impression, Brian. You could do what you like.
So go there, and you'll see there's a bit of a foot developing there now.
Mm.
So just have a tiny little foot there, which will give the thing a bit of stability. Take that in and put that in against the tenon that's there, and we'll just grab a beating and bottom tool. I'm just going to get in there a little line, just a tiny little angle, just to put a little bit of a dovetail on that. Not that it needs it. But there. And that's not going to work, so we'll have to use a skew. Oh no.
No. I'm in Plymouth, right?
Good overhead. Just a tiny little dovetail in there. And bring that on out. So that's created the foot. So we've now got a little swoop in towards the middle. So it will sit on the rim of that foot rather than it rocking about on the bottom.
Amy DeAngeli's got to go to sleep, she says. Love to all.
You know what
Bye,
I've done?
Amy.
I haven't measured that.
Right, bye, Amy.
There was a mistake. Bye, Amy. So I need to remake that because it's too big. Didn't measure it, Terry.
Oh, I thought you'd got it right wide off by now. Like, oh, yeah.
But it's okay.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Won't take a second. Now, if I keep that angle going in there, that should actually give me enough as keep the mortise on it or keep the dovetail on it.
Mm.
Take it down to 48 mil. Is that anywhere close? Have to go yet.
Rexby's got a question, Brian. How do you keep your tool rests from rusting? Here in Florida, it's a major issue. So more suggestions, the better. Thank you.
I use machine oil. I'll show you just in a second.
And I use machine wax. Just give it a coat of wax.
Machine wax, the same. It's it's machine wax. That's basically what it is. So that should be close enough. Yep, that's perfect. So
If
this
you
is the
can
stuff.
get a product. called duck oil. I don't know if you sell it in
Duck
the
oil,
United
yeah.
States. That
This is
to
the stuff
stop
I
things
use,
rusting for 12
Ben.
months.
I use this stuff.
There you go, Rex. Lubricate wax.
Liberon lubricating wax, and
Does
I'm quite dry here. But if I was in a moist place, I'd have a cloth with it soaked in it, and just wipe everything down at the end of the day. Particularly if you're using wet wood. So that's what I use.
And if the tool rest is rusted, what do you do? Rub it down with some
400 grit.
400 grit or whatever.
That's what I
The
use.
rust off,
Normally
and then
400
apply
grit.
the wax.
If I've got a bit of a dink in it, in fact, if you look at this one,
Yeah.
there's a real dink in that one because I had a little bit of trouble with my beating and potting tool. It kind of got caught and it dug in a little bit.
So you draw
Being a little
file
bit
that.
aggressive, so I'll need to file that now. Set it on there and just file that across, make it nice and flat, and then rub it up with 400 grit.
And you should draw file it. So if you don't know what draw file means, don't file it using a file. Hold the file width on and slide it up and down, and it makes it nice and. Show them, Brian.
I think I'm about to tell you. Oh,
Good man.
you see
It's
that?
called draw filing. Draw filing.
This way.
No, straight, Brian. Straight.
You bring that way, Terry?
No, straight. That's it. And then just backwards and forwards. Yeah, across the grain of the file. Forward as well. Backwards and forwards.
I wouldn't do it like that now. I always have it at the kind of 45 degree.
Yeah, then you create lines in it. The other way you don't.
See?
Yeah. Quick as you like.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go. Oh,
Perfect.
there you go, Terry.
It's
Oh,
called
see
draw
that?
filing.
Yeah, look at that. Look, I got all dirty now.
Beautiful.
So we'll leave that file out because we'll be doing that with that little tool rest after we finish this.
Ruby Claris has joined us.
Just going to make that
Hi,
little
Ruby.
Hi, Ruby.
remake that little mortise, or not mortise, dovetail.
And Ruby's kindly put in that Rex Lee Valley carries a product called Rust Off. So maybe beneficial to
Alright.
Rex.
We'll just use that as a negative rate scraper just to finish off that little foot there, and that should be grand.
JP Woodart got a question. He says, where did you get that amazing voice clip from the singing of the Yorkshire Gritty song? He needs it. Don't know, JP. It just keeps coming in.
You need to ask Steve because he's actually got a copy of it.
Apparently it clears out all zoos, dog homes. And
we've got a little bit of tear out just on this wing here. So I'm going to take another little cut of that just to see, can I get rid of that tear out? Just a little shear cut.
Nice feathers coming off of that, just wispy feathers. Spirit Wind Stony Bone is in. Hello, Heather.
Good afternoon, Heather.
There you go, that's got rid of that. So we could sand that up now. Just give these wings a bit of a sand. Fresh piece of sandpaper. Oh boy. Don't know why I'm thinking about using that. That's 80 grit. I need 120 grit.
Probably 180, the way that cut went across there. Then it looked brilliant.
Yeah, this is pretty good actually. So we'll go to 120 anyway. It's not going to take much sanding, I'll have to say.
No.
That looks pretty good.
Clint Wood Dancers is in.
Hi, Clint.
Clint.
Oh, Brian. We've got to put the extractor on.
Yeah, we can't tell whether it's on or not because we can't hear it, you see.
Yep. So because I've got little corners on here, I'll just show you this. because I've got corners on here, I'm making sure that the tool is angled well away from the corner, so as it comes round, it's not going to get caught on a corner.
Hmm.
Something like that. All right. Make sure you don't get your fingers caught in there. Or your tool.
Rex has just asked that question actually. What's the most common way on a 4-corner bow to lessen the chances of a corner causing finger hand damage? Keep them well out of the way. Rex.
Yeah, just keep them out of the way, right? You can actually see where the corner is quite easily because the shadow thing or the little ghost effect, if you want to call it that. You can see where the outside circle is. It would be very easy
Stephen, the
to
wood
catch
dude's
your
in.
fingers on it. Hi, Stephen.
Afternoon, Stephen.
Right, so that's going to, I think I'm going to leave the bottom natural, Terry. I was going to texture that bottom too, but I'm going to leave it now.
Right.
Because
Okay.
it's really
Yeah,
nice.
good idea.
Go up to 180 and then 240.
Just reminding you that you're going to finish it tonight, so don't finish it in a minute, because you'll have to do something else tonight.
What time is it? 1:45. I'm just going to go
Yeah.
till about 2:30. I'm going to do some texturing stuff tonight, so if I can get the basic cutting done, we'll finish it off this evening. Sorry, what were you saying about Brent?
He's having to go. He's having to run.
Oh, bye, Brent.
Bye, Brent.
Thanks for
See you
coming
later,
in,
mate.
mate. Really
you,
appreciate
buddy.
you coming in.
You'll catch the balance latest tonight. You'll be able to watch
Yeah.
the rest of it tonight.
You're a
Yeah, it's
star.
on tonight.
Right, so that's good. I like that nice little foot. It's only about 1/2 mil or just maybe even 1 mil. And it's just enough as highlight to show you it there. Yes, just enough as lift it off the floor. And I think I've taken that back, oh, I don't know.
1/2 inch.
Oh, it's not even 1/2 inch.
No.
It's probably about 7 or 8 mil. From the corner to the centre is probably about 1/2 inch right out to here.
Mm-hmm.
The centre bit there is just about 5 or 6 mil.
Okay.
So that'll be nice. That should just let it sit up there.
Rex
So
B's having to go.
the chuck now.
Rex is going. He's preparing for his treatments. Bye bye, Rex.
All right.
Good luck,
Bye,
mate.
Rex. Good
See
luck.
you later, mate. Thank you. Take care.
Wood dude says, "Don't, Brian, finish it now. He might not be around tonight."
Done it again. I keep forgetting that I don't use the woodwork
screw, yeah.
that much, and I keep wanting to take it off the chuck when really I just have to unscrew it. Not very clever. Never mind.
Stephen wants you to finish it now because he might not be here tonight.
Well, that's a bit of bad luck, Stephen. Somebody will just have to watch it on video later, then, won't he?
Yeah.
It's as simple as that, really, because I'm not rushing, and I'm not staying here all day because I've other things to do. The poor horse that's not very well currently is not very well at all.
Really?
So we're having to get the farrier out this afternoon to have another look at his foot. We thought he had an abscess, and I've been doing the whole poultice thing and trying to sort him, and it's not working.
Is it not?
So
A bit worrying, then, isn't
Bless
it?
him.
no, it's not good at all. The horse has got Cushing's disease, and he's just not in a good place, unfortunately.
How old is he?
He's about 14, I think. I don't really know how old they'll tell you, to be honest, because it doesn't matter to me just what a horse's age is.
No, I wondered if as they get older, they get more of these things suffer from rather than.
Well, the Cushing's disease used to be an old horse disease. It used to be, but I'm afraid now it's not.
Right.
And it's all to do with the fact that they get too much sugar in their diet.
Oh.
It has the same sort of effect on horses as it does on humans with diabetes. Now, how big do I want this? So I want this to come up this way now. Let me go back to the overhead.
Yeah, and echo the other side, really, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm gonna do some texture on this other side. So I'm gonna have to come.
So you don't have it that thin, and if you're texturing it too much.
No, it's not thin. That's not thin, Terry.
Okay.
That's about 10 mil there. That's not.
All right.
So I want that to come up to there, something like that,
Right.
to a rim. I want to make a little rim on top of this.
Mm-hmm.
So let me just take these corners off first.
Well, just think. Look at the size of the bottom of the teardrop, and then get your sizes right for your thirds, or not thirds, but how it looks sitting as it's going to sit. You know.
Going to measure that now, Terry. I wasn't going to give that away, Terry.
No, I know you weren't, but I'm going to have to because
I don't really.
Right.
I don't really. I can just guess.
Okay. Well, just measure it for your. They still know what it is.
There you go.
They're still in the dark.
That's okay.
Happy?
Right, so I'm going to make the round bit there somewhere. Let's do this. That's where the round's going to be.
JP says, make the base a hollow form and the tier could be the lid.
Could, but that's not the plan. I could, but that's not the plan. Right now, that should do. So now we're going to take these corners off and we're going down to about 10 mil here. Oh, overhead. That's the right camera.
Yeah.
That camera.
See the shape developing then. That's good.
Just go nice and steady. See where we are. It's okay. It's getting really torn out on one corner. So we'll look at that. We'll try and finish this outside corners first before we get any further. Let's see this bit here. It's really tearing it out.
Yeah, it's getting to grain, yeah. You might have to go the other way.
That's on the end grain.
Cut the other way, bro.
Oh, cut in reverse, you mean?
No, cut from the centre out.
Yeah, I could do that.
That might cure that. You might need to sharpen your gouge as well.
Yeah, but we'll just do this a little bit further now. I want a little bit more out of that.
Float your bevel around. You can get at it. Can you take the tailstock away, Brian? Float the bevel around.
I could, Terry. I could. But I think I've got it.
Save the tear out in it. So.
No, got it, Terry. There's no tear out there now. No. Got it. So their little wings are finished there, and they're going to be texturing all that, so it's not that all that important. So we'll come from the edge of this rim now. Change your camera to there. And we're going to bring it from here now on out to the edge. So we'll just come a little bit at a time. Being cautious of where that's it. A nice shavings coming off of there.
Lovely. See.
Yeah.
So I'm using this little shear cut because that's the sharp side of the gouge. because I haven't been using it up to now. Right, so that's quite nice. I just need
I
to.
want to make stuff in. Good afternoon, Aston.
There's the shape. There's
Aston.
the shape now. I'd like to get that a little bit thinner than there. Right, so we'll take a bit more out of it without coming right out to the corners. Back to there again. I just want to get in here a bit more. Moves the tail stop. See, can I bring this out now? As I came towards the end there, the end of that cut, I was pushing my thumb this way to try and stop any fouling. I just want to make that a bit thinner there.
I want to change your camera. Oh, too late now, but you're in front of it. So
I'm in front of it. No, I can't. It's the only camera I've got there. That's a flexi camera.
That's all right. Don't worry. Don't worry. Put it all over it if you want. See the shape.
Let's have a look at that. It's getting a bit. Oops. Don't want to do that though. We'll take a cut back in that way again. See, can I finish that off now? So it's kind of like a, almost like a reverse OG, if you like. Just finished up the little pull cut here. See, does that look like the shape I want to get? It does. A little bit funny, just right in the corner, so we'll take another little pull cut there. Just a tiny little pull cut just to try and blend that in a bit better. It's not far to go. I'm hoping that'll do. Yep,
That's
that'll
good to
do.
me.
Sand that.
Don't forget the facet end off, right? Because you just had it on a woodworm screw, didn't you?
This bit. Yep.
Yeah,
I'm actually going to
hollow.
I'm actually going to just make
I
sure.
know you are, but just
running true. Well,
yeah, that's what I mean.
Just rearrange that tool rest a little bit so it's straight. That'll do.
Just face off the rim that you're going to keep.
Yeah, the next bit is to hollow this out a little bit. What time is it? 2 o'clock?
It's 1400.
Yeah. Jennifer's saying that Mark's having to go.
Oh, my Mark.
So we'll just hollow this out to the depth of the woodworm screw now.
J. Leach is in.
Good afternoon.
In the words of the Prophet Elijah, one last cut.
Yeah. Smash. Just one cut. That's all it takes, yeah. Just one cut. There, look at that.
And that, my friends, is as far as we're going this morning.
Okay.
I'm just going to sand it up a tiny little bit, just while you're still here. But that's as far as we're going to go, I think, today, or this morning. And the remainder of this will be done tonight.
Live on YouTube.
Live on YouTube.
It's 7 o'clock, Brian.
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock it is.
Will you be available then, Terry?
I am available.
And what about yourself, Joe?
Yeah, I'm available.
Don't like to make assumptions, you know.
See, I go away on holiday, letting them still available. That's dedication for you.
Dedication is right.
It's Gary 1900 tonight, as usual.
1900 o'clock is right. So there's a quick bit of sanding just to let you see what it looks like before we
Okay.
before we do anything else to it. I need to sand off these edges, obviously. And we'll come back this evening and resume at 7 o'clock with a nice clean workshop again. Let me bring my two friends.
Don't forget,
back here.
Brian, you might want to make that round, yeah? So unless you decided to keep it square.
Well, I don't know. We'll see. But I don't want to give away anything else. I don't want to give away
No.
what's happening, you see. So let me bring you guys back in. I'll
Okay.
take
Here
them
we are.
goggles off. And so we've got two pieces turned. We've got like a teardrop shape, and we've got a little vase or a little bowl shape. And we're going to do something with it this evening with in the way of texture
Oh,
and colouring. So I'll look forward to seeing you all this evening around 7 o'clock, or bang on 7 o'clock. I'll start late as usual, but never mind.
yeah, you always start later. Joe and I will be here, and there's anybody else, we'll all be here early.
Yeah, we'll be here. Yeah.
They'll be here early. I'll be in the
His
workshop for
lids will be
6:30,
late, as usual.
so his Terry can tell me what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's it for lunchtime, guys. Thank you very much for coming across. I shall see you all this evening at 7 o'clock.
Bye for now.
Say goodbye, Terry.
Bye.
Bye, Terry.
And bye for Joe. See you guys. Bye, for now.
Joe. Bye.